All right, so good morning and welcome to Soul Soup this Sunday morning, where we want to be able to connect on a deeper level and give you some food for your soul this morning and some warmth for your heart, and to inspire and empower you to live more from your higher self, that divine self, that higher mind that you have to guide you. And so thank you for being here. I'm Reverend Dr. Janette Freeman, and I'm pleased and happy to be able to go deeper in community and deeper in conversation with a few ideas. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about energy and about changing our energy. So we've heard so many times, change your life, or change your thoughts and change your energy. Excuse me, change your thoughts and change your life. But what it really boils down to is changing your energy and up-leveling more to live from the higher self energy than the fear energy. And I wanted specifically to talk a little bit about going from wanting to being, going from the energy of wanting to being. So to give just come from a context, we know we live in a universe that moves from inward to outward. And this is the biggest challenge, is to keep remembering that, because our outer world is so loud. It's so real. We can see it. But imagine a tree, right? Imagine a beautiful tree, and it's planted right to the side of a still pond, and the tree's reflection can be seen in the water, can't it? And so living only from the external life reality is like going to the reflection on the water and trying to pick the fruit from the reflection, versus going to the original tree and picking the fruit from the tree itself, from the source itself. So when we understand that our outer world is a reflection of our inner world, and if I want to have certain experiences in my outer world, I learn to be able to co-create them inside first. So in other words, that may look like, if I want to experience greater harmonious relationships on my external life in my real world, I have to tap into and experience a deeper relationship inside of myself somehow, to my own higher self. In other words, in order to experience love, a manifestation of love in the outer world, I have to be able to access the manifestation of love in the inner world. In order to experience more money and abundance in the outer world, how can I manifest that if my inner world is fear, lack, and limitation? If I want to experience greater health and vitality in my outer world, but my inner world is constantly focused on not healthy, no energy, separate from my source of energy, then we experience this. So it's a turning, we learn to think differently. And rather than looking at what I want in the outer life as I've got to go outside myself and get it, we learn to work on our inner life first. Doesn't mean that we're not taking action in the outer life, but what it does mean is that we are willing to do some deep primary source work in order to manifest in the outer world. So the biggest challenge, and I think that this is a very fine line, because I believe that desire is the first activity of creation. Desire is what propels evolution. Our desire is what propels our next step. Our desire is, I believe, an inspiration really from our higher self that's for greater expansion and expression. We innately, and especially as we're on the spiritual path, we innately have a desire for more freedom, and for more creativity, and for more love, and for more connection, and for more purpose. We innately have those desires manifesting more often. Now, where the challenge comes is where desire moves from desire, which is really just inspiration, and a yearning is a desire wanting to come forth, to wanting. Now, it seems kind of the same, right? But I feel that the wanting as really a fear-based lack. And the energy is different. Can you see that with me? So it's like the desire is something that wants to happen, but there's not an attachment to how it shows up, when it shows up, or even if it shows up. That the desire is present in and of itself, and it's beautiful. So, but wanting to say that I'm going to create something in my life, I really want this in my life. And if we are honest and look underneath, and to keep checking into the energy that we're really putting out there in the universe, to say, is my wanting my affirmation of not having? And many times it is, quite frankly, because of our human mind and our programming, and the fear-based mind that perceives life from, it's not here, so where is it? I want it. So today, let's look at how to be in the experience of being, and we're going to do a being process to really connect to our higher self. And that's always the answer to every, the answer to everything is to go to your source that has and is everything. So, but let's deal with our mind for a bit, because our mind is the fear-based part of us. And the mind is the fear-based part of us that has its program, etc. So one of the little tips to kind of move us from wanting to being is, remember when you were a child and you got permission to be able to have what you wanted. And remember how great that felt. Like maybe it was a cookie. And then you got permission, and your mom said, yeah, okay, here, you can have it. And you got permission, and then you were allowed to do it, and it felt wonderful, and you got your cookie. So our mind is really programmed to think we've got to have permission before we can have something in our life. So many times we internally don't think we have permission to experience that. So I want you just to ask yourself, let's ask yourself these questions. If you're going to give yourself permission to have the things that you want in life, what would that look like? I mean, maybe there's just kind of something. And if you went from wanting something to just being in allowance and just being present with whatever's there for now, what difference could you see in yourself? How would you act? What would you do? What would you be free to experience? And as you ask these questions, feel what it feels like to be giving yourself complete and total permission to be the one that is experiencing what you want to experience. Give yourself permission. Give yourself permission to experience greater love, peace, happiness. It's all right. So connecting to the higher self, so each one of us has a higher self. I think we get that. And I want to just teach you one little technique that I have found for me that is really, really so powerful to connect to your higher self. And I many times will interchange the word I am, presence, for the higher self. So the higher self is you, your divine self, your divine, your piece of God, your divine self. And imagine that that self has all love, all knowledge, all energy, all ideas, has the answers, has what you need. And it resides, imagine that it resides above you. And that we have to learn to access this higher self and begin to live more from this higher self. But we have to meet it. So I want to teach us a technique to just line up with this higher self. Because when we can live in the beingness of that presence, then we can ask for what it is that we want and let go and know that it shows up if it shows up and if it's meant to be, that we can trust and go in the flow, in the beingness. And when we are aligned with this higher self, we are in the energy of that which is seeking expression in us, that which is seeking expression in us. So imagine that this higher self, imagine it looking like you, but in just brilliant light, however it is you want to imagine it. Use your imagination and imagine that it's connecting to you through a golden cord right through the center of your head and moving through your spine. And imagine that there's a golden, like, river of light right inside of you, in front of your spine. And that you can connect to it right by quieting and connecting to the breath and connecting, like I like the throat to the, I guess the heart area, the chest area, and the abdomen area. And imagine this stream of golden light, like a river of light. And the moment we just line up with this river of light and connect to the breath, we are connecting to our own higher self. We're going present. You could call it getting in the present moment. You could say getting and being connected to that which is. And in our process, in a moment, what we want to really do is use your imagination to really fuse. We want to fuse firmly. Like if you imagined fusing this golden river of light right to your spine, like wrapping it with some sort of magic tape, or fusing it, like welding it, or just fusing and firmly attaching this river of light to your spine, that it's right in there, that you can find use your imagination to really tighten that connection to this cord of information that keeps you so connected to your higher self, and so connected that you can ask that presence for all that you need, that you can source it. And as you use the words I am, that reminds you and is a code to connect and remind you to this source. I am. So try that for a moment and just take a breath and feel right in the heart. It's vertical. Feel this vertical river of light. Fuse it to your spinal cord. Just fuse it to your spinal cord. That's right. That's right. Just fusing that and just connecting to the breath. That you're very present, just right here, right now, fully present with the higher self. And right in that moment, and really connecting, and we don't have to be in meditation, we just hook up to that at any moment. We move right into being. We open communication with the higher self. We can start to activate self-love. Just imagine you inhale and pull in a river of light. When you inhale, you just pull in, you just dive into this river of light. And so I want you to also just get a sense of this vertical energy that's connecting you to your higher self. So what happens, what we want to train ourselves to do is stay in that connection, stay in that connection. Now what happens, this is the being connection. What happens in the wanting is we start looking horizontally. We move our energy out. Like I'm looking, I want that, it's over there. I want that, it's over there. I want this, it's over there. I want, and our attention goes horizontal, if that makes sense. Our attention goes horizontal. And so to get back to cause, because when we look horizontal, I want that, but we don't see it, we can go into fear. I want money, but I don't see any money. I don't have any money. I'm in fear. We learn that we don't go externally, horizontally first. We go vertically first. We go and make that connection to beingness. There's no need for wanting. Letting go of wanting is fine. The wanting, horizontally focused, looking outside, over here, over here, over here, and training our attention, training our mind, training our practice to go vertical. That I'm connected to this cord of light. I'm connected to this river of light. I'm connected to this source energy, whatever we want to call it. I'm connected to God. I'm connected to the presence. And training ourselves to make that connection, open up that open communication, activating self-love, learning that our source, when we come up against a challenge, so let's say we come up against a challenge that stimulates fear. A challenge, maybe an unexpected tax bill comes in, an unexpected bill, something unexpected happens, and we immediately, our attention goes horizontal, it goes outside, it goes to what's not there, what's missing. We go, I need, I gotta have this, something's gotta change, I need an answer. It's like, stop. The state of fear will not bring solution. It will bring more fear. And looking horizontally, looking outside, will not bring me what I need. So I go from wanting to being, by hopping in the vertical river, by lining up inside to the higher self, by inhaling and dipping into that river of light right within us and moving right into our middle and breathing, and then starting to communicate to that higher self and in a way that works for you. God, Spirit, Mighty I Am Presence, higher self, and asking for support and guidance to assist you in manifesting and having all that you need in this world. Whatever has come up, to asking that source and to training ourselves to go to this source as our primary source of all that we desire, going to the source. I believe that's the path in this life, is learning not to go external first, horizontal first, but go vertical first. Go inside first. Make that holy connection first, and everything manifests out of that. Is that good? Yeah. So let's get ready to go into our meditation now, into our process. And I'll lead you in the meditation that will take us into this river and take us and make this connection to this higher self. And I want you to think about, what is it that you would like to ask? We want to, in the Abraham teachings, it talks about, the law of attraction, and it talks about only 3 steps, and it's asking as the first step, and then allowing, and then receiving. So we're asking, and then we are really getting permission and allowance. We got to receive your allowance. You are allowed. And then that is an energy of just being, and being in the receiving energy and letting go of all attachment of how or when or if. Because when we start to trust this relationship with the higher self, and we start living in this river more often, we begin to see how we get the inspiration, the ideas, the support, and the supply, and everything that we need. So we want to pull back our horizontal attention and make it vertical attention. So go ahead and relax and get comfortable. That's right. That's right. Just starting to settle in. And wherever you are right now, if your eyes are open, just notice everything in your space. You can just totally be present right here, right now. Feel the ground underneath your feet. Notice the colors all around, the sounds all around. Notice where you're sitting, how it feels. Notice the things that your body is experiencing this moment. Just checking in with that beautiful body and the sensations of being fully present right now with where you are. That's right. And then when you're ready, just allowing your eyes to close and just allowing yourself to relax even more. That's right. Allowing your breath to slow down. Allowing your body to relax from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. aware of your breath. Right at the nostrils, just aware of your breath as you start to relax even more. Then move right into the heart area. Just bring your attention to the heart. And start to begin to make that vertical connection, imagining just a golden cord, imagining it starting at the spinal cord, at the base of the spine where you're sitting. And imagine this golden cord right in front of your spine and moving right up, all the way up the spinal cord to the brain, and then out the top of the head and moving up above your head. And imagine this golden cord or this golden river of light. And then just connect right in the core of your body and just connect like you're lining up with that vertical cord. Imagine it as very strong and sturdy and supportive. That as you just pull your attention right into your gut, your heart, your core, feel into that strong golden cord, river of light, your connection to everything that you need. That's right. Infuse it, firmly attach that beautiful golden cord to your spine. Using your imagination, that it is fused and it is firmly attached. This beautiful river of light is your connection to your higher self. That's right. And just keeping your attention, your beautiful, beautiful attention right there at the center of this cord, right there at the center of you. And as you inhale, just pull in deeper with this beautiful golden river of light. That's right. So we begin to just connect that when we turn our attention inward and we feel this breath, we connect to this river of light, lining up with this divine line, this divine connection. That's right. And infuse it, firmly attach it so that no matter what, whenever you need it, all you need to do is just turn your attention inward and breathe and feel that deep connection. So just connecting to that river of light, I want you now to go on a journey with me to just imagine that you could climb in a glass elevator right there inside of you and move up that river of light. And just jump into that and see the light all around you and just move up. We're going to move up. And let's imagine going up 7 floors, up higher, 1 and 2 above the head, higher and higher, 3. And the higher you go, the more light you feel, the lighter it is, 4, 5, more and more just beautiful golden light. 6, just brilliant light. And 7. And just imagine as you step out of this elevator that you're just surrounded in light and making that connection to your higher self, your divine self. That's right. Just making this connection, take a moment to communicate and to commune with this presence. And if you have requests or questions, just ask them now and ask for help. That's right. As we go upstairs and make this connection, this is where the creation, the work, the healing takes place in this higher vibration. So asking for support, asking for help, seeing the healing, whatever it is, asking the higher self, asking your own guides and team and angels and support, asking for their help right now. I call upon this presence, asking for each person that listens to this, is listening to this right now, activating their own higher self, activating their own team, their support, clearing away anything that is in the way of receiving divine inspiration or divine help in any way, clearing that out of the way and infusing this deep and holy connection. That everything that has not given permission to fully express and expand in the light, we dissolve that right now. And working at the level of the higher self knows how to do this. It has all answers. The I Am knows how to do this. It has all answers. It is doing it now. Getting to feel the clearing taking place within every single person, listening to this, connecting, clearing. That's right. Just connecting to that self, that higher self, that divine presence. It is the source of everything. For anything to really change in the outer, we have to go to a higher state of consciousness, a higher place. So from up here, we ask the questions, we ask for the support, we see in our mind the completion. So from this place, and this deep connection, I'm going to go through different aspects of life to just connect and receive the beingness of that, to connect to the divine qualities of the higher self. And you work within your own, each person works within their own internal world to call forth, ask, and be all that the higher self wants to manifest for you. So activating peace right now. Call upon the Holy I Am Presence and the Holy Higher Self to activate peace now. We are in the beingness of peace. Connect to this golden cord, moving up and down, and allow this peace to descend upon you. The peace of the higher self. That's right. Activating joy. We ask the Divine Self for even greater joy to manifest for each person now, manifesting greater and greater joy. With every breath, aware of this vertical cord connected to the spine, feeling the descending of joy just falling all over, coming down through you, being fed from the higher self, this beautiful joy. Activating greater love. Right now, activating greater love that manifests in your physical life, connecting to this divine self, this higher self, connecting to this divine higher self in deep love and receiving the love that it is and has for you now. That's right. This is our greatest source of love. Make this connection and then love shows up much better in the outer world. Connect to that love, bring it in, accept it, align it, fuse it in your spine, fuse it in this river of life moving down. That's right. Activating abundance, the energy of abundance, and manifesting supply and support. Supply in money, supply in work, supply in everything that provides abundant freedom in your life. Going directly to the higher self for the supply, not horizontally, higher self, vertically, connecting. I am supported and supplied. I am living in rich support and abundance. That's right, going vertical, always going vertical. Knowing this supply just is a part of who you are. It manifests perfectly. Connecting to that feeling of what it feels like in freedom, abundance, the more than enough support and supply. That's right. Aligning with energy and vitality that manifests as a healthy body in a high vibration. All is perfect and whole. So seeing and asking and aligning your physical form with this higher vibration. I am healthy. I am alive. I am vitally alive. I am healthy. Every time you say I am, it is a code. It is the divine code to access the higher self. We wake up, use our words, I am, and activating this river of light, this connection to the higher self. I am. And then accessing greater, your own highest purpose. Whatever it is for you right now in your life, activating it right now. I live in divine purpose, supported in every way to do this. Giving my gifts, contributing, serving, knowing the higher self is actually living its life more clearly through our physical form, our thoughts, and our emotions. That's right. It's activating that, giving yourself complete permission. That's right. Staying connected to that golden river right within, imagining that fused river of light right with the spine, completely fused, firmly attached, just reweaving it all inside of you, connection to your higher self, completely connected, totally happy to ask and just to allow everything. I give myself permission to receive. I give myself permission to receive. I give myself permission to be. I give myself permission to love. I give myself permission to live in greater abundance, support, and supply. I give myself permission to live in greater vitality and health. I give myself permission to live in greater purpose. I give myself permission to live in greater joy and passion. I am alive. And making that connection to the higher self, realize deeply that it is this source, the higher self, that is the source of all that you seek. And even though it looks like externally is the way life is created, we come back to this source again and again and just float in this river of light and make this connection to this higher self, that it is the source of our love. It is the source of our divine connection. It is the source of everything we seek. The fact is that it is the true you. Breathe into that and acknowledge that at any level that you can. Acknowledge that your own higher self is guiding your life, guiding everything, that you can rest in complete assurance that everything is just wonderful. That you go from good to greater good and life to greater life, joy to greater joy, abundance to greater abundance. That it all comes from and through the higher self. Getting this vertical perspective where I am connected and I know where my source is, and at any moment as turning within to my breath, I can feel this river of light and make this connection. And it is this connection that is sourcing and supplying and providing in all ways. I am being here. And so I let go of wanting from the fear-based, and I step into being the desire, expressing at perfect and imperfect right timing. That's right. I am it now. I am it now. And feeling and integrating that, integrating it all, just right through that golden cord, right through the spine itself, feeling that river of light coming back fully in the body and being right here and feeling this golden cord, this center, I am joy, I am being, I am love, I am abundance, I am supported, I am supplied. Letting go of all false external illusions and tapping into that which is supporting and supplying, that we do not do life alone, we do life in support. Our guides, angels, higher self, whole teams are there supporting us and blessing us in every way, and we remember that now. So integrating that and beginning to bring your awareness back to your room, wherever you are, beginning to move your fingers, taking a few deep breaths, activating the breath of life inside of you, activating all of that, activating life energy, And when you're ready, coming right back here, opening your eyes, looking around your room, beginning to see exactly where you are, looking from new eyes, looking from eyes of the higher self, letting go of wanting to being, fully experiencing everything that you ever wanted to experience, experiencing it right now. That's right. So taking that breath, thank you so much for being with us this morning. I want to invite you in a moment to come back on or say hello. And if anybody has any comments or questions, it's great to have a little bit of community. And I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank our members and supporters. We wouldn't even be doing this if it weren't for the donations that we receive from you. And that also really helps you to integrate a teaching when there's an exchange that says this is valuable to me. So I believe that Craig put something in the chat box, which is a link to our donation line at PayPal. So thanks for that. Or it's on you can just open up another browser, or it's on our website, and it's on the emails that go out to you. And I want to thank you. I want to thank our members that have already supported that make this